Brooks.
I'm Joe.
And this is another episode of Cantina Reviews.
Today we're talking about reasons why fans don't like The Last Jedi.
So people seem to have not only problems with the movie, but problems with the movie.
I think the fans are definitely split almost 50-50 on this one.
Yeah.
Which is pretty crazy. I don't think it's a perfect movie. It's not my favorite Star Wars.
Right.
But I think to say it's the worst Star Wars,
yeah.
I genuinely don't get.
Mm-hmm.
So we have some reasons why people are unhappy with the movie. We're going to talk about them. We're not saying all these reasons are wrong, but we'll weigh in on how we feel about them.
That we will, Joe. That we will. We are going to do that now.
Yes.
So people are kind of upset with Luke as a whole.
Yeah.
Not one specific little point,
right,
but multiple specific little points.
Yeah, I think a big problem. People seem to say that the Luke of the original trilogy is not what you're getting here.
Right.
And that's definitely the point. This is someone that is 30 years later, and shit has hit the fan.
Yeah, it's kind of he's come and gone at this point.
His nephew turned to the dark side, and he's secluded himself, and he's old, and he's bitter, and he's turned himself off from the Force, that kind of stuff. And people just, weren't happy about that. They wanted to see, the Jedi Master Luke Skywalker. I can understand that. I kind of expected it myself. But, I mean, it's not something that's, a deal breaker for me.
Yeah, I wasn't that upset about it.
Because my thing is, it creates, an interesting dynamic. And I think it's redeemed very well. I think Luke has a great arc in the movie, to where at the end, he does show that he's this great Jedi Master.
Right, yes.
And he saves everyone anyway. And he does it in a sort of tricky, clever way. But in my mind, that's just showing this is how much of a master he is.
Yeah.
He's able to just totally, thwart Kylo Ren at all turns. He's not even there,
Yeah, exactly.
And he distracts him for so long they can escape. But I feel like if you didn't do something like this, there was only so much you could have done with Luke. If he was just the Jedi Master, all his role would be in this movie was Yoda as an Empire.
Yeah.
Trains Rey, says some wise stuff, and that's it.
Which I feel like people would have been more upset about. Because at that point, he wouldn't have really done anything.
Right.
Oh, he trained Rey for 20 minutes.
Right.
It's
that's it?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Whereas, he was kind of in the movie, he was able to reprise, and then whether he's actually done or not, I thought this was kind of a good note to go out on. He kind of saved them, saved the Resistance.
Right, and Mark Hamill's performance was really good.
Yeah.
It's a lot more in-depth and a lot more, personal than he was in the original trilogy.
Right.
As, a very young actor.
Yeah, if anything, I like this way better. Because if he was like Yoda, I would have been like, wait, that's it?
Right. Well, because then the other 50% would have been mad that all Luke did was be Yoda in this movie.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's either one side's going to be mad or the other side's going to be mad.
Right.
And this is the one we got.
Yep.
Yeah. Up next, number 2.
Number 2, definitely number 2 in the movie.
Leia Poppins. People do not like Leia flying through space.
I didn't care that she flew through space. It was how she did it.
It just looks really goofy.
It looks stupid.
Yeah. It does look so Disney.
I know.
That's the the idea that she is instinctually tapping into her Force powers that we know are there. We just haven't really seen her use them.
Yeah.
Rian Johnson's thing is that it's more like an instinct. As she's about to die, she taps into it.
Right.
It's kind of cool. For me, it's how it looks.
Yeah, I don't care if she flew through space or whatever. I'm just this is how she did it.
Yeah.
There wasn't a cooler way. Yeah. There wasn't, I don't know.
And that also ties into another problem people have had is the depiction of space. I see a lot of Rian Johnson doesn't understand space comments. How the vacuum of space would have killed her anyway. She could have never survived that. How do they drop bombs in space? How do they do this in space? How do they do that in space? I don't know. I never cared about that.
Yeah, I never thought that much. Now that people are saying it, now I'm thinking about it. But when they dropped the bombs, I was just like, oh, they're just dropping bombs on the thing. I didn't think anything of it.
And then
now
people will be like,
that's right.
Well, then people will be like, there's little jetpacks on the bombs. Or they'll be like, they're magnetic. Or something
like
that.
They'll just come up with something.
I don't know.
Yeah. Whatever.
Yeah, it's not, again, one that's
it's a movie.
Right, it's a movie. Sometimes you just have to suspend your disbelief.
Yeah, I forgot that, in my astronomy class, this is what I learned about.
If you want to get down to the nitty-gritty, you also would never be able to hear an explosion in space. There's no sound.
Yeah, exactly.
Or like stuff like that. So, like I said, the Leia thing, like I don't hate the concept. It's just it looks dumb.
So number letter trace, the whole Canto Bite Finn Rose little scene.
Basically, that whole plot line.
Yeah.
A lot of people just feel it was useless filler.
I could agree with that.
Yeah.
I didn't hate it. I just was like, what's the real point?
It could certainly be cut down. Like, I've read now, like, there's going to be, like, a half hour of deleted scenes. And that some of the deleted scenes, amazingly, are one of Rey's lessons and more of Finn and Rose and DJ on the ship. I feel like both of those things are things I'd rather see more of.
Yeah, exactly.
I'd rather see more of them, you know, making their way on Snoke's ship rather than, you know, an extended Canto Bite scene. I like that there's some new stuff, and, you know, people like to see new stuff, so you kind of like this Casino Planet.
Yeah, I mean, that was cool. I was just like, in the end, it's like, what did that help accomplish?
Right. I think another problem with that is the reason it feels pointless is because their plan, like Poe and Finn's plan, ultimately does not work. So it feels like all of that was for nothing.
Right.
I think that's part of it.
Yeah.
I was talking to you before about I saw someone on Twitter did like a little thread of like what the real meaning of that whole sequence is Finn having to decide why he's doing this. Is he doing it for himself and like for Rey even, or is he doing it for the bigger whole? You have Rose who's more about the greater good, and you have DJ who's all about himself. And Finn experiences both.
Right.
And that shapes his ultimate decision to sacrifice himself, which Rose then fucks up.
Yep.
So, I mean, that one, I'm not, like, really fighting people on.
Yeah. I don't know, like, I like the Canto Bite stuff. I didn't hate it. But it was more for me just like a, why was that?
Right, it could have, like, think about such an easy switch. And how Canto Bite would have been loved by people if the code breaker
actually worked.
Was Lando Calrissian.
Oh, yeah. That would be much better. Oh, that would have been awesome.
Right. That would be cool.
I want that now.
And you could just have Lando be the same kind. He probably wouldn't have sold them out.
Right.
But still is more about himself.
Yeah.
So
Finn he would have fit it perfectly.
Finn could have learned the same lesson.
Yeah, exactly.
Number 4, the humor.
Humor was huge.
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 There's a lot of jokes in this movie.
There are.
It's a Disney movie.
That it is. Yeah, is there any escaping it at this point?
Right. I don't want to see Star Wars movies be Marvel movies.
Yep.
I didn't hate all the jokes. I like some of them, and some of them are awkward.
Yeah, like I think some of the comedic relief is good.
Yeah.
But like, the one in the beginning where like, he's talking to Hux, I'm like, come on. Like, I feel like this is a relatively we've established this is a relatively serious scene. The Resistance is about to get, like, destroyed by this thing. Everybody's trying to get out.
Right.
He's trying to buy him more time. Like, what's he going to do? And then we have this, oh, I'm sorry, is this community, like, that thing.
Yeah.
Like,
the Marvel movies have a way, when they're too jokey, to suck the tension right out of the scene. And that kind of does it, because it's too long.
Yeah.
I think they could have done it once, and it would have been funny.
Probably would have been funny.
If he was just like holding for General Hux and he's looking at the thing and seeing it charge up, and it was just a little faster.
Yeah.
Instead, they drag it out, and like I said in my review, it reminded me of the Thor Ragnarok. He's spinning on the chain.
Yeah.
They do it 3 times.
Yeah, and it's like,
oh my God, it's funny the first time.
Yeah.
It's still going.
Yeah.
And yeah, like some of the humor is clunky and awkward. Stuff I did like. I liked Luke and Rey. Feel the Force.
Yeah, that one was good.
That was funny. I feel like the older characters do a much better job of selling the funny stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For whatever reason.
Or even Carrie Fisher's little, I changed my hair. Which was her idea, apparently.
Oh.
But it was good. I liked it. That kind of stuff works more. Yeah. Not like the jokes, the jokes.
Yeah, like the let's draw them out as long as we can.
Right.
So the next one I don't think really applies to like the movie as a whole. I think it more applies to the viewers' theories.
Like the expectations.
Yeah, so really it was just that no theories were right.
Yeah.
So it really doesn't apply to the movie, it more applies to the people watching the movie.
Like all like as far as we know now, I mean Rian Johnson has said Rey's parents totally open game. But like Rey, Snoke, like a lot of like the mystery setup in Force Awakens seems to be thrown out the door in this movie.
Right.
Which some people have taken very personally.
Mm-hmm.
They see it as like an attack on the fans.
Yeah, exactly.
And like I don't know if I don't know about that. I mean, I think maybe it was just like, how do you shock people in this age of theorizing?
Exactly. Or like everybody thinks they've already planned it all out.
Right.
Like, how can you prove them wrong? You just do something completely just off the wall.
All right, and that's also coming off of like, though now people are like, yeah, you should have been more like The Force Awakens. Like at the time, the problem was that The Force Awakens was too much like A New Hope.
Exactly.
So going into this movie, like you could tell that like they were like, we want to do something different because people want something different.
Right.
And now it was too different, and it was too unexpected, and you know, a big one was Snoke obviously dying.
Right. Yeah, it was just anticlimactic. It was just like, and he's dead.
So I don't think it was anticlimactic because
of
what follows. The scene of them fighting those guards is so good.
It is good. Yeah.
And like when he pulls the lightsaber and Rey's hand catches it, and the music is swelling.
Yeah, yeah.
And you think Ben turns to the light side, and it's just like, what now?
Yeah.
Like, I thought that was really exciting.
Like, that whole scene was good as far as like Snoke as like a character.
Right.
It was just like, wait.
That scene could have happened in episode 9.
Yeah.
And it maybe would have been like more expected at that point.
Right.
But like, I don't know. I don't really mind Snoke going.
No, I was just thinking like it was going to be like a way more intensive thing with just him, and instead it was like, well, he's dead. Okay. Never fighting the things.
Right.
Not that like my theories with him needed to be right. I just thought they were going to do it in a grander way with him.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But I think what also throws people off is like when it happens. You know, more towards the middle of the movie-ish.
Yeah.
There's a lot more after it.
There's a ton more.
So it is like surprising that it happened so early.
Yeah. What other theories that they disproved? Rey's parents in general.
Rey's parents in general.
They could still be someone.
Yeah, I mean, there is the possibility that Kylo Ren's the bad guy, and he wants her to join him, so he lied to her.
Right.
You know, being able to because she says it, they were nobody, but he's tapping into her like deepest fear.
Yeah, that they are just.
So like, if you have someone telling you like, you know what it is, tell me what it is.
Yeah.
In that kind of situation, like, it doesn't confirm anything. She still doesn't really know.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I've said, I don't care if there's someone we know. I would like to have her be able to find her parents.
Yeah.
I think it would be cool.
Just, in general. Yeah, so that one is just like more people's theories were wrong and that's why they didn't like it.
Right.
Where it's like they couldn't just watch the movie for what it was. They went in thinking they knew it.
Yeah.
And then,
Well, and then also, I mean, just like the idea that like Luke was going to come and fight Snoke.
Yeah. Which was funny how they disproved that one.
Right.
He was just like, what do you want me to do? Pick up a lightsaber and go save the galaxy?
Right, yeah.
Like, he's like, no, I'm not doing that.
But like that, I mean, if you want, like, I don't see that happening. Like, like the Emperor didn't fight Obi-Wan Kenobi. Like,
true.
Like the Emperor didn't really do it. Snoke did just about as much as the Emperor did. Mm-hmm. The Emperor is only really in Episode 6 in the original trilogy. Like the whole idea that, like another aspect of it is like Snoke has no backstory. But neither did the Emperor in the originals. The only reason we know the Emperor's backstory is because of the prequels. And I still think they're going to fill in those gaps anyway.
Yeah, probably.
I think I was saying the other night, like, what I care more about is not so much Snoke's backstory, but I want to know still how Snoke and Ben
kind of
connected or met, or how he turned him. That's something I'm still interested in. Like, who Snoke is exactly matters less to me than, like, what actually happened to him.
Right.
Because, like, all they showed us now, I thought, like, there would be more of a flashback to what went wrong. And there really isn't. At that point, it's already, like, Snoke's in his head. So, like, how'd that happen? I don't know.
Right.
Yeah.
So, that was our 5.
Right.
So, just be on the lookout. We have more lists coming out.
Yeah.
More top whatevers.
Yeah.
So just be aware. Those are in the pipeline, making their way through.
Yeah, and at some point we're going to start talking about this. At some point we're going to be talking about this solo movie.
That we are, unfortunately, as it sounds.
Yeah, and episode 9. A little time to simmer.
Yeah, a little time, maybe around summertime.
Yeah.
As the solo movie looks like it's going to be a box office clunker.
Yeah.
They'll start talking about that.
Yeah.
So once again, I'm Brooks.
I'm Joe.
And this has been another episode of Cantina Reviews.
Wish I could understand. I kind of expected. Ooh, spit.
This one doesn't really apply to like the movie itself. it more applies. Holy shit! What am I trying to say?